Ladies and gents, let's look at the old combat rogue. It's going to be a very brief look. Combat is what it is. If I was to say anything about the combat rogue, it would be that it's a spec that has found its place in the world. It's found its niche. It's comfortable. And it's happy to stay that way. And I think Blizzard's pretty happy to say, you know what? We know what combat's all about. We're going to leave it as is because, frankly, it doesn't need to change. Everything about it works. We know we know everything about it, and we know we can make little tweaks and adjustments here and there. But otherwise, it's the nice, big, fast, cleave the motherfucking things down spec, and it still is. It still is. It nicely is buffed by haste. Some of the characters, this new idea of Blizzard is like telling you what your secondary stat is because they don't want people feeling forced is the phrase I would use. Feeling forced to check on websites or even come to people like me is like, what my stats should be. Instead, they're telling you now in the tools. It's like, hey, haste is good for you. Okay, get more haste. So, and haste works really well. This haste scales so nicely for combat because it feels a little bit slow now, but that's going to disappear over time. This is one of the specs I'm confident in saying that's going to vanish because you get extra haste, which leads to more energy, which leads to more sinister strikes, which leads to more finishes, which leads to faster adrenaline rushes, and over time, over the course of the expansion, the spec is just going to get better and better and better, faster and faster and faster to the combat that we know and love. What I would say is still damage tuning is a little bit weak. Assassination is still miles ahead. Still miles and miles ahead. But other than that, you have nothing to worry about and nothing to fear with the combat rogue. It's the loss. What did we lose? We've got to mention it, haven't we? That's our duty. We lost Rupture, so there's no active bleed anymore. Now, the good reason for that is Rupture became completely irrelevant. Rupture does not work with Blade Flurry. Rupture led to like a 1% DPS increase, I think, or something like that in Mists of Pandaria, if my memory serves. And therefore they decided, you know what, fuck it. It's just a waste of time. Let's just get rid of that and just have it as a raw, brutal, smack things with maces, swords, axes, and now even daggers. They've managed to balance it so daggers are perfectly fine for combat, which is just a convenience thing. It's just a quality of life thing. I would say, again, this I've been trying all the different level 100 talents again. I've been doing this with every single spec, is just playing around with level 100 talents. Death from Above seems to work so much nicer with combat because it has the added in-cleave aspect of it. Death from Above is so cool with combat. I absolutely love it. And also Shadow Reflection works so good. The entire level 100 talents seems suited for combat. Because obviously Shadow Reflection, which duplicates your attacks, you can line that up with an Adrenaline Rush. So you can have an Adrenaline Rush and then a Shadow Reflection Adrenaline Rush leading to Outrageous Burst. And also just general Death from Above. If you're doing mad AoE, Death from Above is so good because it really does cleave everything else. And if you're missing a little bit of pace, you can go to Venom Zest. Although I do think it's going to be one of the weakest sides of that. If you're upset about the loss of Rupture, I wouldn't be. You shouldn't really have been using it too much anyway if you've been playing combat for any period of time. Lack of Deadly Poison. Now, this one does suck for me. We moved over to Instant Poison. They were like, you know what? Combat gets no dot damage. Ah! Dots are nice in various scenarios, not just for PvE, right? It did need to change to Instant Poison. I see why you've done it. And it does make a little bit more sense because, you know, it can move around. But Deadly Poison is one of those things that maybe would have increased the skill cap a little bit just to get some Deadly Poison ticking on multiple things. It's always nice when you AoE. Of course, we have no fan of knives now. You do have Crimson Tempest. Yay. But of course, now because you've got Blade Flurry, so they decided to get rid of the fan of knives. So in massive AoE, you could see combat fall a little bit behind, although it's unlikely due to the power of Blade Flurry and combined with Death from Above. Just a very brief look, guys. Combat is in fine shape. Fine shape. Hopefully the numbers will reflect that. Alright, guys. I'll see you later. Bye.